Hello, and welcome to YAFI Here and Now. On this program, we will dive into the time capsules filled with old vintage documentaries shot on film from the You Asked For a catalog. Today, we're diving into the extraordinary world of the supernatural and the scary. Now, there's always been something about the supernatural which has intrigued us, kept us fascinated for millions and a long time. From inexplicable activities and superpowers, mysterious and otherworldly encounters. The first of our three really shines a light on the terrifying. A headless woman. How can this be? How is this even possible? Just when you think you may have seen it all. Here's a lady who should have been a reporter because she'd always have the best headlines. Without further ado, here's our first scary time capsule, the Headless Woman.
Here are the highlights for this phenomenal attraction. Her name is Olga Hessler, who was injured in a train wreck going from Paris to Berlin. Her brain was pierced and her head was crushed. Aboard that same train, a famous medical doctor scientist gave her the medical attention that she needed. He asked permission of the government if he could keep the girl alive. And now, with the aid of medical science, we're going to show you that she's alive, living and breathing in front of your eyes. Here is the oxygen tank that we use to keep the girl breathing. This is the meter that we register the amount of air that goes into the girl's body. And as we increase the oxygen, we want you to notice the heavy breathing of the body. This girl is fed 7 times a day using a liquid diet. The vitamins, the minerals, passing into this glass tube of liquid, and then on through this rubber tube you see here, which is connected with the girl and into her body. She's fed practically once every 3 hours, receiving 7 meals a day, and that's the way we feed this girl. The important question that people ask, is she really alive? Is it a real person? Well, the only way that we could prove that to you is by shocking the nerve system. Look, this is the generator that produces the electricity that shocks the nervous system, causing the body to move. Watch this. And that, folks, concludes my part of the performance. We do want to thank you very much for your kind attention, and now right back over to Art Baker.
And you sure had my attention, believe me, riveted on that amazing demonstration. But I have an obligation here to answer a question very definitely. Said, is this real or is this a trick?
Well, Art, it really is a trick, and a darn good one, too.
I'll have to have it explained.
Well, I'll explain that to you. Where the girl's head would be, we have this apparatus. Now, there's a mirror right in this position, right here, and another mirror on this side. It's reflecting the walls, which gives the illusion of looking right straight through, making it appear headless. We'll turn the girl around so you can understand what I mean. And there you see a normal person. There's her head, of course. Here's the back of the mirror that I pointed to, and there's one more on the other side. And as I bring her back to her original position, you can see how Olga, the Headless Woman, is shown all over the country.
Something tells me if she flips a coin, she chooses heads. Feel free to insert any of the crude jokes that I would like to make, but I can't. If you like what you're seeing so far, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. And also, in the comments down below, let us know what kind of topics you would like to see. We have a top 3 for literally every kind of topic, mostly. They say Ecuador is a very enchanting, mysterious land where ancient traditions sometimes mix with modern-day mischief. What we're about to witness is an actual witch doctor. Forget about anything you may have heard or learned about witch doctors with shrunken heads and broomsticks and rat whiskers. This witch doctor from Ecuador is the real deal. And now for our number 2 time capsule, the witch doctor from Ecuador.
We can almost feel the forces of nature gathering in this tiny hut in the Ecuadorian village of Iluman. This is the home of the brujo, or witch doctor, and tonight we have the rare opportunity of watching him do his work. Our brujo is Jose Luis Moran, one of the most famous witch doctors in the area. The hut is cramped with Moran and his helpers, so there's barely enough room for our camera to operate. There are some signs of Christianity in the ritual, but these come from the religion forced upon the Indians by the Spaniards. The rest is from the Indians themselves, and much of it dates back thousands of years. Something you can almost feel as you look at the face of the brujo's mother sitting nearby as he works. The enfermo must undress from the waist up for the evil spirits to be released. Beats the enfermo with nettles as the ceremony comes to a climax. It is finished when the brujo throws the leaves away, now contaminated with the evil spirits. The brujo of Iluman, his work is part of life for the people who live in the mountains of Ecuador.
Talk about the supernatural. The only question is, does this witch doctor take insurance? Our 3rd time capsule is extraordinary. It's about the ghost city of Pompeii. Pompeii is a place where you could still hear the enchanted echoes of ancient civilization, the perfect mix of history and the supernatural. Once a thriving Roman city, Pompeii has now become a ghost city, filled with all that which is supernatural. Here's our 3rd time capsule, Pompeii, the ghost city.
Pompeii, a ghost town of antiquity where time and death can have no meaning, even for the 3,000 people who fell there almost 1,900 years ago.
They call me Varius, his slave. While our masters fled the terror, we remained to guard their homes with the old and the sick. The bronze beds of the rich and the mighty were never to be slept in again. The sundial gave the time, but no warning. I was serving my mistress, Julia Felice, as she reclined on her triclinium, heaped with soft pillows. Outside, others labored in the Thermopolium, a small cafe where hot wines and honey were served to the throngs who passed on the narrow street, its stone pavement deep rotted by wagon and cart and chariot wheels throughout the years. Campaign appeals on every wall. Citizens, please cast your votes for Lucius Poidium Secundus, who is running for councilman. But the election was never held. Those who could vote had fled. The plaster molds of us who remained tell our fate. When there was life here, the streets were often filled with water and refuse. The stepping stones were used to get from one side to the other. Look closely at these drinking fountains, and you will see where the stones were worn by people as they bent over to drink. We had such beauty. The gracious house of Vetti, 2 noble brothers, merchants of wine and produce. The house of Venus, another wonder of Pompeii. Among the most elegant was the house of Satire, famed for its fine statues and frescoes. I attended my mistress as she sat here at the Odeon, where she often went to enjoy comic and lyric plays. Others of my class were not so fortunate, staying by their tasks at the laundry. Slaves washed the clothes standing in basins and resting their elbows on the edges of stone. And in our dry cleaning establishment, robes were dipped into the large vats to restore their fine color. Pompeii was in its glory, and Vesuvius had not erupted for centuries. But then the gods turned away their eyes, and we alone remember. we who remained to guard the greatness that was Pompeii.
Well, that was chilling. I hear the rent is pretty affordable there. Mountains and volcanoes, am I right? Well, that'll do it for YAFI Here and Now, at least for now. Don't forget to check back. We will be uploading new programs. And yeah, as a reminder, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. And share this video with your friends, because there's some pretty extraordinary stuff which I'm sure they've never seen before either. We'll see you next time. Is that good? All right, we're done. That was terrifying.